In this video, I will show you how I have successfully applied skilled worker visa in the year 2026. In 2025, Home Office changes many rules. So I'll show you what are the new rules and the fees. Later on, we will discuss what are the eligible occupation codes, which jobs you can come in UK, and what does this mean, the higher skill or the lower skill. But before I go forward, let me show you that I'm creating this video using the reuse content of the gov.uk Open Government Copyright Policy. So without wasting time, let's start. So let's start first how much it will cost you. When you apply skilled worker visa, you should have enough money to pay the application, to pay health surcharge. Health surcharge is the massive fees. It's £1,035 per year in the year 2026. As per new rules, it's £1,035 per year. The fees is from £769 to £1,751. If you don't know how to calculate the fees, watch this video. I've showed how you can calculate your visa application fees and your IHS fees. This video will guide you. Further, you should also have £1,270 in your bank account to show this that you can support yourself, and this should be over 28 days. The application fees for up to 3 years will cost £769 per person. So when we say up to 3 years, so that's mean your COS, Certificate of Sponsorship date. If it's for 3 years, then this is the fees. If it's more than 3 years, then your fees will be £1,519. If you are reapplying from inside the UK to extend, switch or update your visa, then the standard fees on whether you will be in the UK for, it will be £885. But for more than 3 years, it will be £1,751 per year. So in short, if you're applying from inside the UK, you will pay more fees. If you're applying from outside the UK, you will get higher fees. Now let's discuss eligible occupation code. For that, you go on gov.uk, the skilled worker visa section, click on your job, you will end up on this page. I'll put the link in the description of this video so you don't have to worry. Because the eligible occupation codes list is long, so that's why I'll show you how to understand this list, and then you will know everything yourself. So first of all, click on view the table of eligible jobs. This table will tell me that which jobs are eligible in the year 2026. So let's suppose I wanted to come to UK as a restaurant manager. So if I click and search restaurant manager, so over here, this shows me that the code is 1222, restaurant and catering manager. It's medium skilled. Now, what is the difference between medium skilled and higher skilled? So if we see on the right side, we have jobs which got higher skills, like there are loads of them. See this. So for example, production manager, higher skill, production manager, directors, mining, financial manager, higher skill. So if we look for finance officer, let's suppose if I look for finance officer, it's a medium skill. So we need to understand what is the difference between the three. The one is higher skill, second one is medium skill, the third one is ineligible. Ineligible makes sense. You are not allowed to come to UK under these jobs codes. As per gov.uk, if your occupation code is listed as a higher skilled job, you can apply for this visa. But if your occupation code is listed as medium skill, you can only apply, the word is only, apply for this visa if your job is on either immigration salary list, temporary shortage list. These are the two lists which we will discuss shortly. So let's suppose we go back on skilled worker visa eligible occupation code, and this is the list. Under this list, if we look for restaurant manager, we will do as an example. So if we go down, so this is the one, 1222 restaurant manager, medium skill. Now on this table, it says restaurant manager as a medium skill. Now for that, we will go back and we will look on immigration salary list, and we will look on temporary shortage list. So this is the immigration salary list. We will look for the code 1222, control F 122. I can't find that code over here. So this code is not eligible on this list. we can't see 1222 over here. So the initial list was this one, 1222, this one. I can't see this list on that. So this one is immigration salary list. So we need to understand these tables carefully. So this is the first one, immigration salary list, and I'll look for the code 1222. I can't see. Next one is temporary shortage list. This is the new list which was published in 2025. So this list will get updated from time to time. This one is updated on 22nd July 2025. So if we go down and look for 1222, there is no 1222 code. So if the job is on these two lists, then you are allowed to apply. But since the job is not on this list, so that means that job code is not eligible. You can't apply. Now the question is, why is it still on the on this list? Why is it still showing on this list as an eligible occupation? Reason is applicants who arrived UK before 2024, before 2023, they also under the same list and they can extend. They are allowed to extend. So it says over here, occupation code changed on 4th April 2024. Some codes may be different from codes you have previously used. Now let's do another example as graphics designer. So we will go back on this list and we will look for graphics designer. So if we have that designer on this list or no. So let's see. So graphic information, this one, 2142, graphic and multimedia designer, higher skilled. Later on I will also show you the salary requirement for the higher skill. So this one is 2142, graphics and graphics designer. Now if this is already on the higher skill, that means this job is already eligible. But this job is also you can also find this job on the immigration salary list. So this one is immigration salary list, this one. So if I go down 2142, this one. Now let's take a look to temporary shortage list. So temporary shortage list is basically if the job is on this code, on this table, then you are allowed to come and work. Standard rate, lower rate, these are the two rates which we will discuss later on. If you graduate from UK, then you are eligible for lower rate, but you still have to have a minimum salary. So for example, manager in logistics, so distribution manager, logistic manager, 1243. This job is eligible and you can switch to this job, you can apply in this job, but your standard rate must be 44,900. If you are applying for 4 years or under, then you can have, like if you're switching from graduate visa, then you can go for this route. But if you're applying from outside the UK for 5 years and etc., then in that case, this is the minimum salary, 44,900. Now let's understand the salary requirements. You will usually need to be paid the standard salary rate at least 41,700 per year or the going rate for your job, whichever is higher. The word is higher. So if I go back and if I go up, so standard rate, lower rate. So standard rate, for example, if the standard rate for this one, temporary shortage list, the one which we are discussing about, 1243, is 44,900 and this is hourly rate, so 44,900. If the standard rate is higher, in that case, obviously, then you have to select the 44,900. If we take an example, your salary is 42,000 per year, but the annual going rate for the job you will be doing is 45,000. You do not meet the usual salary requirement for this visa. So your salary must be 45,000, not 41,700, because it says at least, but further it says whichever is higher. So you need to pick up the higher rate. This is how you understand your salary requirement for the job which you wanted to do. Now let's discuss when you can be paid less, because this is another confusion. Many applicants do get confused with this. So you might still be able to apply for skilled worker visa if your job is eligible, but your salary is less than the standard requirement, which is 41,700. You can be paid 70% or 90% of the standard going rate for your job if your salary is at least 33,400. Now, this is not for every case. The rule is if the following criteria, so they have specified 3 criteria, 1, 2, 3. Number 1, you are under 26. So let's suppose you are 24-year-old studying or recent graduate or in a professional training. The word is or over here. So don't get confused with this. So if you are under these things, then yes. Now, when we say recent graduate, they mean from UK, not from outside the UK. So if you are on a graduate visa, if you are a student in the UK, then you can get lower salary, 33,400. But this salary you will get 4 years from the time you graduate. After that, you need to have a higher salary. So you will get COS for 4 years only. Many applicants get confused with this. Total amount you can stay under this lower salary rate are 4 years, not more than that. In that case, otherwise, if you are applying for COS for 5 years, then you have to have 41,700 minimum or higher standard rate. Number 2. You have science, technology, engineering or math PhD level qualification that relevant to your job. Number 3, you have a postdoctoral position in science or higher education. So these are the criterias. If you meet these criterias, then you can be paid less. Otherwise, no, you need to have a minimum salary 41,700. Now let's discuss what documents you need. So there's a long list of documents which we'll discuss in this video. You need certificate of sponsorship, the most important document, COS. If you don't have COS, then no point to apply for skilled worker visa, because without COS, you can't apply skilled worker visa. Make sure if anyone giving you COS, it must be a genuine job and it's not a scam. Now, what is COS? COS is basically confirmation of job offer and employment details. This is online. You get 2 pages as a PDF. But the most important thing is the code on the COS, which you will use to apply skilled worker visa. Sponsor name and license number. You will find this on COS anyway. Job title confirmation verifies the job position, which job you are coming from, is the job code, is eligible, etc. Annual salary confirmation. That salary which you will be getting is actual requirement and it meets the requirement. Job occupation code, the one which we just discussed, the 4-digit job occupation code. Current passport you must have, and it must be valid for 6 months. Expired passport or travel documents. If you have any expired passport, you should show them as well. You should provide the details of them as well. Proof of personal savings. So you should have at least 28 days prior to you apply for your application, the minimum funds in your bank account. Proof of English proficiency. So IELTS, whatever requirement you wanted to do. Next one is TB certificate. So you should have the TB result that you are negative. Proof of relationship. So if you're applying with your dependents, so marriage certificate, birth certificate of your child, etc. All those details. Valid ATAS certificate, if it's eligible, if it's requirement for you. This is something academic technology approval scheme certificate if your field of study or works requires it. So not most of the jobs don't need that. UK PhD certificate. So if you applying for the PhD, then you need the ECCTIS. Watch this video. I've showed how to apply ECCTIS, what is ECCTIS, and the difference between, like, how do you get the equivalency of your qualification. So this video will explain you all the details. Criminal record certificate. So background check of criminal records. So obviously this some of the countries 100% needs it, like some of the countries don't. The next one is employment contract. So verifies ongoing employment with the UK employer. So when we say this, that means the job offer, the email exchange between the applicant and the sponsor, because you may get the interview. If you get an interview for your skilled worker visa, then you should know. They will ask all these details, that when and who took your interview, who's your employer. Can you please send us the email confirmation which they confirmed you. They will ask all those details. Accommodation detail, where you will stay in the UK. If your sponsor is giving you the certificate of maintenance that they will pay for your initial, then they need the requirements, the details, that where you will stay, the postcode, the address, all those details. So make sure you have all the details when you apply for your skilled worker visa. Now the question is how to apply. So it's very easy. Go on gov.uk, the only genuine website. Search for skilled worker visa. You will land on this page. Look for the apply from outside the UK. If you're switching, then you will select extend your visa or switch to this visa. This is for applicants from inside the UK, but just now you're applying from outside the UK. You will click on this one, then you go down, click start now. You will have these questions. The first question is, where are you planning to live? So England, Scotland. So it will be mentioned on your COS. Do you have EU or EEAs or Swiss passport? No. continue. Then you will get this message, select a country to provide your biometrics. So whichever country you will be staying. So let's suppose India, you're doing your biometrics from there. I have identified the location. So the place where you will go for the biometric. You will select next. Skilled worker visa, apply for application. Now this will give you all the details. Make sure you have all these details. Like I said, certificate of sponsorship, most important. Click apply now. It will ask you to register an email. So you will register your email address details. You will fill the application. Next one is documents. You will upload the documentation. You will do the declaration, pay, and further action. Further action is basically where you will go for the biometric. So this is how simple is that. You can apply this yourself. You don't need anyone to guide you. Gov.uk is there to guide you everything. Everything is available on gov.uk. If you have come to my channel first time, don't forget to subscribe. I have created loads of videos how you can do all these things yourself. Like I said, I'm not a solicitor, I'm not a consultant. I'm just showing under the open government contract that how I have done it. I'm sharing my journey. Hope this video helps you. If you have any question, put that in the comment section and I'll get back to you.